Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today we're going to make a wiffle ball watercolor scrunch. I have the shirt turned right side out. I just want to show you guys that it doesn't really matter if it's inside out or not, for these anyways. And also I'm trying something new where I used a washable marker to mark out where I want to put my wiffle balls. I just want to see if that makes any difference. So I'm going to find those little dots that I made and put a wiffle ball underneath each one of them. And then I want to do the scrunch, like tall peaks, low valleys. And on the top of each wiffle ball, I like to do a little twist, like a cupcake frosting, or I've referred to it before as like a meringue, something like that, just a little twist. I love using the over-the-sink strainers for these types of projects because you can do 2 in 1 tote. And I do have links down below in the description box for these strainers and everything else that I use for tie-dye, so go ahead and check that out. And this particular set is a 2-pack and they're really affordable. Dusty Rose is the last of the zombie colors, and I've had a lot of fun swatching them out. I see why they chose these colors because a lot of them have some pretty amazing splits. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just adding a little concentration of dye on top of each wiffle ball. And I'm using my spoon that I got from boredomwithjen.com, and she does have both left-handed and right-handed spoons now. So I'm going to add my ice, and I like to add enough ice to where I don't see any more fabric showing through. And this is my large ice machine ice. I call it the procion ice, and I do have a tutorial on the unboxing if you're interested in getting yourself one. My camera shut off, so what I did is I sprinkled more of the Dusty Rose all over the top, and then I just set it aside and forget about it for 48 hours. Now it's time for the rinse out. You want to start by using cold water. That's going to rinse away any soda ash that might still be reacting within the fabric, and then increase your water up to hot and rinse until the water runs pretty much clear. From here, I take it to the washing machine, and I like to do hot water cycles using Curalon, and Curalon is a professional textile detergent. Then I like to do a final hot water cycle using Milsoft, and Milsoft is a professional fabric softener. And I do have links down below for both of those. It just makes it easy for you to find. And then I'll put it in the dryer and I'll iron it, and we'll come back and we'll see the results. Well, here it is, guys. Here's our wiffle ball watercolor scrunch after it's been washed and dried, and I think this is a really interesting color. So remember how I marked out my wiffle balls prior? I don't think that's a necessary step. You definitely can see where my wiffle balls are, but it doesn't really look any different taking that extra step or just putting the wiffle balls in the strainer and going for it. Also, the shirt is turned right side out, remember? Looks exactly the same to me whether it's inside out or right side out. So it really is just a matter of preference. Now the color itself is really beautiful. So in those high concentrated areas, it's such a really beautiful wine color. And then it breaks down into softer shades of pink, some pretty mauves, some golden tones, and then this gray. I find this just so interesting. I was not expecting that. And then the very obvious yellows and the blues, which are pretty typical when ice dyeing with pinks. And if I had to pick a dupe, I would say powder pink is probably the closest that you're going to get to this color. Now, the zombie dyes are very much still available. All they are Dharma's special order dyes. So if you go on their website and type in special order dyes, it will pop up their list, and you can buy them in 5-pound quantities. Now, that's a lot of dye. So if you go over to Facebook and go into the tie-dye supplies marketplace, you can still order the zombie dyes in smaller quantities like 2 ounces and 4 ounces. And I do have a link down below in the description box. It'll take you right over to the marketplace. So what do you guys think of Dusty Rose? Please leave me some comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell and set it to all. That way you get notified of future uploads. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing!